head coach Mike Dillon available first.
Okay. Look, we didn't play very well. They did. I thought their football team came out with a lot more whatever it was. They were up tempo. We didn't play well. So hopefully going forward, hopefully we learn something through this. Hopefully this is a game that we can look back on as something that taught us some valuable lessons. And outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot of positives in the football game for us. The defense played a little better in the second half than they did the first half, but again, there's not much really to brag on as far as that game went.
Open up questions.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
Obviously, offensive line struggled tonight, gave up 6 sacks. Was there anything in particular that you saw throughout the offensive line's performance tonight that led to those miscommunications, or was it just lack of execution?
I thought it was a lack of execution, and I thought that their team came ready to play better than our team did, not just in that position, but in several others as well. I thought their team was better prepared for the game.
Coach, how did Quentin Dormady stepping in at quarterback for San Antonio change their offense compared to what you had seen on film in previous games?
Well, obviously he had a good game. I thought that their plan was good. They did a nice job of the plan, and they took advantage of a couple things that we do defensively. We didn't really adjust until the second half, but they did. I'll say this: credit to their coaches. They had a real nice plan against us and executed it well. And that's a credit to, like I said, their coaches as well as their players.
Coach Nolan, you had the switch in quarterbacks seem to give you a little spark until the interception at the end. Please comment on that.
Well, I did. I don't know the status on EJ as far as his hamstring went, or it looked like it was his hamstring. I'm just guessing that. But I thought that, when Danny went in, I thought he did kind of give us a little spark. Obviously, we got a touchdown out of it and thought we were back in it a little bit, but then we failed to convert on the extra point, and it wasn't pretty. And then, but we did get the 4th and 12, got the ball back, but again, we didn't seem to move in the right direction. So, outside of that, I've got a lot of confidence in Danny. If Danny's got to take over at the helmet for a little bit until EJ gets well, then that's what we'll do. But, it wasn't enough today to save us.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Josh Dunlap. He played his college football in this building for UTSA. What has he meant to this team just in your time around him?
He's a great teammate. He's a good player. Look, football's the ultimate team sport. When you have a guy that's unselfish, as Josh is, that's a real plus. And most of the guys are that way in this league, to be perfectly honest with you. And he is that way as well.
One of the few positives to take away from today, Kai Nakua, another phenomenal game. It feels like he's been all over the place this season. Can you just speak a little bit on his leadership and what he brings to this defense?
Yes, he's again, speaking about teammates, he's as good as they come as far as teammates go. Extremely unselfish, works extremely well with the players around him. He's extremely smart. He's a very good football player, as you already pointed out. He makes a lot of plays, and he's really good against the really good players on the other teams that we play, if that makes any sense. There's times where his job is to defend those guys, and that's where the ball's going, just like the interception he got today. I mean, they're going to one of their best players, and he happens to be there to make the play. And the one he dropped even was the same type of thing, and that's what he's done all along this season for us. He's played very well, and he'll continue to play well. He played well last year. He's a very good football player. We're fortunate to have him.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Available. Open up questions. Raise your hand, state your name, affiliation. Open up questions. Right in front here.
Danny obviously had to come in and fill in for EJ in the third quarter. Across the board, able to make some plays. The deep pass to Marcus Sims. Could you just take me through that play and what you saw?
There's an opportunity there. Scrambled in the pocket. Defense kind of converged and just kept my eyes downfield. Marcus stay alive. It was a great play by him.
How important has Sims been to this offense just throughout this season?
Yeah, his presence out there really gives you a vertical threat, and we just want to have him continue to make plays for us, and continue to try to get the offense going. Hopefully, we can get him going earlier next game and feed off some of that.
Kai, what were the biggest challenges that San Antonio's offense presented for you guys?
Honestly, I don't think there was too many challenges. It was more of a self-inflicting. I think us as a defense, we got to regroup and look at ourselves and just play better. It wasn't our best game. We'll hit the film and see what we can do better.
This was their first game with Quentin Dormady at quarterback. Did it change anything about their offense compared to what you had seen on film in the previous games?
No, offense stayed similar and damn near the same of what we saw on film. So they were just out there making plays, more plays than we did.
Danny Harrison, broadcasting Fox Sports. I actually covered you back when you played at LSU. So coming in here now at this point in your career, I know a lot of people might want to know back in Baton Rouge, your motivation now and possibility of being the starter. Talk about your possible role coming up.
I think we're just focused on this next week. I think we're 2-2, and everything in the past is in the past. And moving forward, we're starting at 500 again. Let's get this thing rolling. We got 6 games left, and we can prove ourselves. I think everyone is on the same page, and we're just focused on what's next. So, there'll be time to reminisce about LSU later and what my future holds later. So I'm just focused on the present, and I think everyone in the locker room is too.